I have 4 new Finery perfumes, new to me, that landed in my collection, and a couple of these are big winners. Hello my gorgeous ones, welcome to Alicia Budget Beauty. My name is Alicia. Here on my channel, I love all things affordable fashion, beauty, and fragrance. I do hauls, tutorials, reviews, fragrance reviews, all sorts of fun stuff. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe, stick around, be a friend. All right, you guys, just in case you are under a rock, and that's okay, if you are, just flip it over. If you don't know what Finery is, that is the Target brand of perfumes and body mists that are inspired by our more expensive designer fragrances. I have another video that I did on ones that I purchased myself, where we have the Pistachio Please in there. We do have the Midnight Cafe. That one was also sent to me along with these 4, so I do want to disclose that these 4 were sent to me by Finery. Very, very appreciative. They sent me Midnight Cafe as well. I already know that's not one I'm a big fan of, so I'm not reviewing it today. Plus, I've already reviewed it. You can go watch the other video if you want to hear why it's not my personal favorite. So I do have that prior video, and then they reached out to me and wanted to send some more over, and I was very, very, very grateful. And so the price points are really, really good on these. The body mist, now I'm trying to think, but I want to say is maybe like $16.99 or $20. And then the glass bottles here, which are 2 fluid ounces or 60 mils, are $29.99. So very, very affordable. And I think that they're really nice and sleek. They're just very eye-catching with the colors. And they do a really good job of inspiring fragrances. But honestly, with these that I have here, I personally think maybe like some of these are better than what they're possibly impersonating. And then I also think they aren't like spot on dupes, but in a really, really, really good way. And I know, you know, TikTok world, by the way, I just have to say, that was my pug. If you heard like coming in, it's summer, and he just came in from outside, from the doggy door. So anyway, I couldn't ignore that. I was like, that sound was awful. Now he's down at my feet, so you may hear some clicky toenails, some snorting. That's my pug. Anyway, you guys, let's get back to fragrance. But yes, these fragrances are really, really good. So I'm just gonna go ahead and hop right in. Okay, so the first one we have is the body mist, and this is called I'm a Musk. And honestly, I was under a rock with this one because I somehow had not seen people talk about it, but I know it is now, I know, a pretty popular one. So I just sprayed it on myself. You know, it's like, oh, a body mist, I don't know. You guys, this musk is so good. And I didn't know what it was duping at first. Like, now that I know, I'm like, okay, how did I not? I don't know why I didn't quite figure it out, what it was inspired by. I think it's a little bit different. So this is inspired by Ariana Grande's Cloud, which a lot of people think is inspired by Baccarat Rouge 540. There's a million variations out there of Baccarat Rouge. But I think this is not a spot-on dupe of Cloud in like a really, really good way. I even told my friend Sarah, who's a big fragrance person, I was like, oh, there's this one called I'm a Musk, but it doesn't just seem like it's a musk. Like, it seems like there's more going on in there. And I do have this little pamphlet thing that I'm gonna cheat off of that has notes in here, but it says, I'm a Musk, fluffy musk, creamy sandalwood, cotton blossom. I think maybe it's the cotton blossom that makes this a little bit different than Ariana Grande Cloud. Like, Cloud has a lot going on in that fragrance. And it has that sort of signature, or not signature, but a lot of people don't like the medicinal smell that kind of comes with that, even with Baccarat Rouge 540 as well, which has saffron, which I love saffron, but this doesn't have like a saffron sort of scent to it. It's musky, it's fluffy, but I think that cottonwood just gives us a little something different that I really appreciate. It's perfectly appropriate for everyday wear. I think this is lovely, like even like kind of spritzed in the hair. It's a little bit less sour, and y'all are probably gonna be like, Ariana Grande Cloud isn't sour, but I love Cloud. I have it, I love it, but there's like sometimes this like kind of cloying heavy like sourness that runs through it for me that this doesn't have. It's very light, it's very easy. I really, really, really like this. I would enjoy this in the actual perfume. They do have this in the perfume as well, but they sent over the body mist. So if you don't like that medicinal smell or that Band-Aid smell that Cloud, some people can pick up on Cloud, but you kind of like the rest of that scent profile, I would recommend this, absolutely. Okay, next up we have Madame. Now I think this is a newer one for them because there's only a couple of reviews on Target. Some of the others have like 200. I think this one only has 6. And I was a little unclear exactly which one this is inspired by. I've seen lots of guesses like Flower Bomb. I also saw Lancome, Idol. I saw La Vie La Belle too as well. But you guys, okay, don't come for me, okay? I'm not a huge Flower Bomb fan. And I actually emptied a bottle of Flower Bomb because for a while it was my scent. I'd say in like 2014. My husband always thought it smelled way too mature. He did never, ever, ever liked it. I thought he was crazy. I'm like, this is so sophisticated, you're nuts. A couple of years ago, I was like, I need to just finish this. And like, I had a hard time finishing it because all of a sudden I felt like it was too mature too. It was just too heavy. The patchouli was just too much. And I do smell patchouli in here. I do. But to me, I don't get the dirty or like the trash can patchouli that some fragrances have for me. This is blended in here nicely. So this one is, let me get my cheat sheet. This one, where are you? Madame. Okay, this one is Velvet Orris, Creme de Cassis, and Patchouli. So I don't know if that's a typo or not. Creme de Cassis. I know the Creme de Cassis is a liqueur made from like black currant. It's a really deep, like rich black currant liqueur. So deep red fruitiness. I don't know if that's a typo or not, but, and then Orris can have a very buttery, velvety smoothness to it. So this is like a very sexy, deep, you can definitely get that black currant in there with some patchouli that is really pleasant. And I don't always say that. And then you have that kind of smooth velvetiness to it. It's almost like just having like a really, without having like an alcohol scent to it, but like having a really rich wine on the body, but without smelling like alcohol. A deep red wine made with black currants, and it's velvety and it's sexy. And I really, really like this. And if it is supposed to be inspired by Flower Bomb or Idol or La Vie La Belle, I like this way better because all three of those are not my favorites. And this is really good. I think this is a perfect sexy date night scent. It may be a little too much for summertime unless it really cools off. Like if you're in California, if you're on the coast or something in the evening, summer, yeah, I think this would be great. But like even as it gets cooler into fall, this is a perfect sexy date night scent. I'm actually really excited that I like this because I don't always like this profile or ones that are inspired by those type of fragrances, but if it is, it beats it and it's cheaper. Okay, next up we have Flower Bed. This is actually, I think, my favorite out of the ones that I received. Okay, it has peony in it. Let's see, it has, I'm looking down at the pamphlet now so I don't have to flick through it. Lush Peony, Wild Bamboo Leaf, and Green Apple. So they say this is inspired by Chanel Chance, but I'm still confused because if it's inspired by the just original Chance and not like one of the flankers, I don't get that at all because that has heavy black pepper to it. Some people say, AKA my husband, that is a very mature, distinguished lady, putting it nice way, type of scent. This is very light, girly, feminine. Definitely smell that peony. The bamboo leaf is really subtle. It's not like too earthy. And then the green apple is not that tart. Like I don't smell a ton of green apple, to be honest. It's just a very feminine, beautiful peony fragrance, in my opinion. It kind of on the skin has a clean soapiness to it, but in just a really beautiful, clean girl kind of way. I think this is lovely for summertime. This could be day or evening. I don't know that I would really wear this in the winter time necessarily, but for like right now, spring, summer, I think it's beautiful. I just kept smelling myself like over and over again whenever I sprayed them all and was testing them out, and I just kept coming back to like this one. I was like, this is so pretty. Now, I did see some other theories that it was a different flanker of Chance by Chanel, so I'm not positive, but if it really is supposed to be inspired by original Chanel Chance, this is way better, in my opinion. Way like just more girly, younger, but not like too young, more current, more modern, in my opinion. So this one was a huge winner for me. All right, the fourth one is Born to Empress, like an empress, not impress, like show off, but like I'm an empress. Okay, you guys get it, with an E. And this one is inspired by, and I knew this one, well, I didn't know whenever I sprayed it. I hadn't like looked into that at all. When I sprayed it and smelled it, I was like, this is inspired by Delina. I knew right away, this is Delina. So Parfums de Marly Delina, I do have a sample of it. I do not have a full size. I also have several inspired buys of Delina. I have the Ocha one. I have a Middle Eastern one that is pink Hawa, but I think that one is actually duping the Delina Rose, I believe. I have the Duo one. You guys, this one is my favorite. It is so pretty. And the reason why I like this better is some of the inspired by ones, the rhubarb is like too spicy in it. I kind of like that in a way because it makes it unique and it feels like a little bit more exotic, but it can be kind of annoying in a way, especially the Ocha one. That is not my favorite one. This one is just really easy and pretty. This one is pink rhubarb, cypress wood, and damask rose. So you get a very dewy sort of rose. Like imagine rose petals with fresh dewdrops on it. So they're really kind of just like opening up the scent a lot of a really juicy rose. And then the rhubarb is not so bitter, not so sharp in this. And then the woods is it's a feminine woods. It's not like a masculine woods. It doesn't overpower the fragrance. It's really, really lovely, to be honest. I will probably never purchase the original Delina because I like it. It's pretty, but it's too expensive, too dang expensive for what it is, in my opinion. It's just, I like it, but it's never been like, okay, this is amazing. I don't even care how much it is. The bottles are gorgeous, so I'm gonna buy it. It's not that for me, but I appreciate it enough and I like it that when there's an inspired by that's really good, I'm all for it. And this one is so, so good. Like $30 as opposed to $300-400. this one. This one, absolutely. They did a really, really good job with this one. So honestly, you know, even though that they sent me the 5 and the Midnight Cafe is just not my favorite, these 4 are solid. I do highly recommend them. I'm going to be rotating them in my collection. I think they just do a really, really good job with these. And I do want to say, just because I know someone will ask me about wear time, are they the most long lasting? No, they're not. They're also $30. You guys, I always say this, that yes, like every penny matters when we're spending our money. I get that, but we can't expect, you know, every fragrance under $60 to last as long as a really expensive fragrance. It's just not going to happen. But I think for the price, for the bottle, for the scent profile, the quality, the projection, all of those things, I think that they are excellent. So I don't really mind if every 3 or 4 hours I have to spray when it comes to these. But if Finery, if y'all are here watching, thank you so much for sending these. If you're not, well, thank you guys for watching. Let me know which one of these that you're the most interested in, or what is your favorite Finery fragrance in the comments. And as always, have fun shopping, budget shopping. Bye.